You all right, my lovers? How we doing on this roasting Tuesday afternoon? Oh, it's so hot today. It's so hot, which is nice in some ways because we don't get this heat very often, but it's bad in other ways because of climate change and things like that. But this isn't the channel for that. I'm not going to do virtue signaling like everyone else is doing at the moment. Anyway, this is my next installment from Kettlesmith. This is the next one up in alcohol volume. This is 5.1. Yesterday's was 4 point something. Now this one is an East Coast IPA. It's called Mountain IPA, Continental Divide. This is the brewing company, which is just down the road in Bradford and Avon. Let's see what else they got on the can. Here we go. A style that bridges the divide between East and West Coast IPAs, resulting in a beautifully balanced and original brew. West Coast, pine, resin, crisp, dry. And that's about it. Oh, East Coast, citrus, juicy, hazy, soft. There we go. Hence you got blue, brown, beige. Anyway, so can I get a like and a follow? Whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you're watching this. Thank you very much. We've got Smokey with us today. Can you see him at all? Yeah, you can. Now, this is just gonna open this up and have a smell, see what it's like. This was obtained from the brewery. I mentioned before, they've got a bar, shop, brewery, all in one, in Bradford and Avon. Now that smells like an IPA. That's a proper classic IPA smell. Which is very mild. So let's give it a pour. I don't know if this is going to be a hazy one. Probably not. It's probably going to be a clearish one. Doesn't say. All right, let's give it a go. Well, let's give it a pour and a smell. Yes, it's not a hazy. I love hazy IPAs. I know! Now, this is another one like the one yesterday, which is a pale ale, which is very brown. This one isn't quite as coffee brown as the one yesterday, but it's on the way. It's quite dark. You can just about see my finger through there. It's got a little head. We like a little head. Yep, can smell the same sort of smell. Sometimes when you pour them into a glass, they give a sickly sort of scent, but this smells like the can. But because I'm recovering from a cold, man flu, I'm not smelling things as I should. So, okay, right. Let's go on in, shall we? You right there? Right, let's give it a taste. Cheers. So, it does taste like an IPA, but I'm trying to get the words for the strength of the alcohol volume, because 5 is still a little bit low to what I like. I like 6, 7, 8. The higher the better, really, depending on the maltiness, the hoppiness, bitterness. This one's, like I said, 5.1. Yeah, 5.1. So this is on the lower end. It is kind of watery. When I say water, I don't mean it literally like water, but I like something with a bit more depth to it, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So this is on the watery side. Doesn't mean it's bad. It depends on if you like that. What's up? I like it. I'm just waiting for the aftertaste hoppiness, bitterness to sort of like dissipate a little bit and see if it fades like the ones that I like do. You're right. What do you mean, what? You always said at me, so I thought I'd give you a little play with your beak. I thought I'd give you a little play with your beak. Sorry. Let's try again. So with a lot of IPAs, you get that aftertaste hoppiness, bitterness, maltiness. And then as you're drinking it, it fades away. Well, some of them do, some don't. This one has faded, which I like. It's still there a little bit, which I don't mind. The description on the can, citrus, juicy, hazy, soft. I don't say that's hazy, really. That's my personal opinion. I think that's more like an ale rather than a hazy IPA. Juicy citrus. I wouldn't say I'm getting juicy or citrus. Now, juicy would, to me, mean fruitiness. But you never get that in IPAs. You always get a little bit of fruitiness, tropicalness, etc. But never really what they say. Like, you're going to get hints of this. You're going to get hints of that. Step up. Good boy. Ready? Go! No, ready? Go! Therefore, you can't have any. Tell everyone, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Good boy. Do you want to sit there? What was the other side? Pine resin crisp dry. Pine resin. Again, I don't get the pine resin. But like I say, it's like that with most IPAs. I say 90% of them, they say it's got this particular fruit, this particular flavour, and it never smells, tastes. Never really smells or tastes like it. Sometimes you can go, it's a bit fruity in the smell, or a bit fruity on the taste, but you never go, oh, I'm getting grapefruit, I'm getting citrus, I'm getting this, getting that. So if I was out and I was drinking IPAs and there was an option other than this one, another one I've tried before, I'd probably go for the other one. That's not to say this isn't nice. It's okay. It's just not it's not for my palate. I think it might be because it's on the lower end of the volume of alcohol, a 5.1. It tastes like an IPA, but again, it's more on the ale side of it rather than the hazy IPA sort of side of it, you know, where you can go to a pub and get an ale. It's a bit more looking like that, a bit more watery, etc. Okay, let's give it a scoring. So the smell, it smelled like an IPA. It wasn't overly strong. So middle of the road, it's going to get a 3. It doesn't smell bad, smells right. For the taste, now, do I like it as much as the one I had yesterday? I'd say it's about, well, Joe, I preferred the taste of the one yesterday, and that was Fault Line by the same brewery. There you go. Because I don't like this one quite as much, I'm going to have to knock a bit off for this. So yesterday's one, I gave it a 3. This one, I'm going to have to give it a 2.5 then. I don't want to because it will knock the rating down a little bit. 1 to 5 for the aftertaste, hoppiness, bitterness, maltiness. Now, what I do like is that when you're taking, no, I've nearly finished it now anyway, but the aftertaste isn't clinging to the back of your throat as much anymore, which it does at the beginning. It's a little bit there. It's not nasty. It's all right. So I don't think it gets 4, but it's less than the aftertaste yesterday, which was a 3. So I'm going to give this one a 3.5. Okay, now, for the can, I say that there's a bonus 1, 2, or 3 points if I feel like it. They can get a 0 for a shit can. 1 for a boring can. 2 for a, oh, that's all right can. I like that can. For a, I really like that can. That's interesting. They get a 3. Now this one, I like what they've done with this, with the continental divide, with the name and the picture and so I like that. I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 3. So let's just put this out with it. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that gets a 12 out of a possible 18. Like I say, I didn't like this as much as the one I had yesterday, which is the fault line. And yesterday's got a 15 out of 18. This one gets a 12 out of 18. The one I had the day before that, which I didn't particularly like, got a 13.5. Interesting. I think it's because... Yeah, I think it's... I'm just not overly keen on the taste of this one. It's okay. It's nice, but it's not... It doesn't like grab me and like, really like that. And I did say to the brewery guys that I will be honest. So yeah, 12 out of 18. It's still good. It's still up there with the good ones. It's just not up there with the best. And I have got a few more in the fridge, which are then going to jump up to 5.4 ABV. And then I think one's a 7 and one's a 8 off the top of my head. In which case, I'm looking forward to... Are you taking the mickey out of me? Which I'm taking... I'm looking forward to trying. So, yeah. Okay. Links. So the links on this, they do have their links. They don't have those stupid QR codes. Kettlesmith Brewing Company. I'm going to try and hide my head because it usually tries to focus on my head. There you go. You've got all the details there, yeah? They do have an Instagram presence. Hence the @Kettlesmith_brewing. _brewing. I don't think I saw that on the last can. Or maybe I did. Maybe I'm just making things up now. Yeah, okay, right. I'm going to finish this. And it's 4 o'clock. I might have some tea and then do another review after that. Because I've got nothing on this evening. So, and it's going to be hot still. So I need something to cool me down. What better to cool me down than another can of Kettlesmith Pale Ale, whether that be an IPA or whatever the other ones are. I can't remember. I'll have to look. Lovely job. Right. Thank you very much for joining me with this. And take it steady. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And peace.